Go on, pull up a seat here on the stoop, and let's talk a bit about Gen X since you asked. You ever notice how the people who keep everything running are never the loudest ones in the room? Yeah, that's Gen X, the meh generation, the shrug, the eye roll, the whatever, man. Everybody thinks that's apathy. It's not. That's emotional armor. See, Gen X didn't grow up with a spotlight. They grew up with a house key around their neck. Door opens, empty house. After school silence, microwave dinner. Figure it out. Nobody checking homework, nobody scheduling play dates, nobody asking how you felt about your day. You didn't get a TED talk about independence. You just became independent. That does something to a person. You learn early. No one's coming. Handle it. So when life gets messy later, job market shaky, economy wobbling, culture arguing about everything, Gen X already knows the drill because they've been self-managing since 9 years old. That's not meh, that's muscle. But here's the part people miss. Gen X isn't just emotionally self-reliant, they're structurally adaptable. They grew up analog and then had to learn digital as adults. Think about that. They didn't inherit the internet. They built their lives, careers, and families while the world rewired itself. Floppy disks, dial-up, you've got mail, then broadband, then smartphones, then social media. They didn't grow up performing for an audience, so they know something a lot of people don't. Not everything needs to be announced. Not everything needs a reaction. Not everything is a crisis. That cynicism people joke about, that's pattern recognition. They've seen hype cycles before, seen trends rise, explode, disappear, seen moral panics, seen financial booms turn into busts. So when the world screams, "This changes everything," Gen X just leans back like, "We'll see." That's not negativity, that's long memory. And now, they're the ones in the squeeze, raising kids while taking care of parents, homework and hospital appointments, soccer practice and prescription pickups, career pressure and elder care, 2 generations leaning on one. And still, no parade, no spotlight, no think pieces every week, just quiet execution. Because Gen X doesn't romanticize struggle, they just deal with it. You want to know why they don't get swept up in every cultural storm? Because they don't have the luxury. When you've got responsibilities stacked like that, you don't have time to perform outrage. You pick your battles. You focus on what actually moves the needle. That's why their meh energy is misunderstood. It's not, "I don't care." It's, "I know what deserves energy and what doesn't." That's wisdom. You know who you want in the room when things fall apart? Not the loudest optimist, not the biggest dreamer, not the most online voice. You want the one who's calm, who's seen worse, who doesn't panic. That's Gen X. They don't need to believe everything will be fine. They just know how to operate when it isn't. That's a different kind of strength. See, optimism is powerful, but realism keeps the lights on. Gen X learned early. Life doesn't always clap for you. The system doesn't always work. Plans fall through. So they built lives with backup plans, emotional shock absorbers, expectations set just low enough to survive, but high enough to keep moving. That balance, that's stability. And in a world addicted to extremes, stability is a superpower. They don't swing from utopia to doom every week. They live in the middle. Work, family, bills, responsibilities, small wins. That's the foundation society sits on. Not viral energy, not trending opinions, steady hands. So yeah, Gen X might not post the motivational quote, might not argue every headline, might not narrate their entire life online. But when something breaks, they're already fixing it. When systems wobble, they're already adjusting. When noise rises, they lower the volume and keep moving. That's not meh, that's controlled energy. That's knowing drama burns time you can't afford. That's understanding survival doesn't always look inspirational. Sometimes it looks like showing up again and again and again, quietly. So the next time somebody calls Gen X cynical, understand something. They're not jaded, they're calibrated. They've seen enough to know what matters. And right now, a whole lot of people are living on the stability built by a generation that never needed applause. They just needed a key to the house and the understanding that if something had to get done, it was probably going to be them.
Hey y'all, I hope this helped you understand this stuff a little better. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if there is a topic you are curious about. Maybe I can help. You can also check out these 2 videos. Hope they help you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hype this video. Always appreciate y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Stoop. God bless always.